Right, welcome to this Battlefield terrain tutorial. I've got another setup for you here. It's featuring one of the new mats from GameMat.eu, one of their new terrain sets as well. But as per usual in this video, I'll guide you through step by step. You're welcome to copy this entire setup for yourself. I'll take elements from it for your own games of Warhammer 40,000. So for this board, it's like an abandoned monastery. I've sort of themed it as like a Space Marine graveyard type theme. With it, you'll see different graves set up around the board. There's a Space Marine statue just across there, and then some kind of Imperial presence on the planet as well, and then surrounded by these large clusters of jungle across the table. So the first part is your foundation, the battle mat. It's the new Defiled Monastery mat from GameMat.eu. It's strongly themed and quite strongly structured the way the mat looks on the board. You can check out a review video just for the mat where you can see the whole mat without any terrain on it, just to get a good idea of what the mat looks like by itself. This one is 44 inches by 60, so perfect for your games of regular 10th edition 40k. It really has been designed, it's AOS Defiled Monastery, so it really is themed for Age of Sigmar type games, but as I've talked about the theme for this one, you can bring it across no problem into 40k. So the battle mat rolls out nice and flat, comes with a carry case as well, just roll it up when you finish. Just need a flat playing surface. I've actually got some upside down mats across here just to give us that black trim to the edge of the table. And then it's figure friendly, nice and quiet for dice rolling, so it's a brilliant surface. It gives you all the colours as your foundation. And with this mat you've got these sort of graveyard patchy ground areas. There's sort of a courtyard or building edge across here. And then what I really like is this paved street that runs through into a courtyard area across there and then heads off in that direction and then across here as well. It's great for building up terrain around it to really build up a nice theme. So that's the mat. It sort of gives you a colour scheme and colour palette to work with for the rest of the terrain that you put on the board. Always try and get it so the terrain and the mat match together. Then for terrain, it's a mixture of customised my own terrain that I've created, some jungle terrain, which is very easy to do, and I'll guide you through that. And then using one set of Defiled Monastery pre-painted resin terrain from GameMat.eu. So that's these two large ruins across here. You get two of these tombs. You also get all these little gravestones that I've spread out across the board. You get these piles of skulls as well, something like that. You get 4 of them. And then you get some smaller ruins in the set as well. There's also some boxes of barrels which I haven't included on this table. They come as part of that set also. So this colour scheme I've adjusted for like a full jungle board. It seems to match up okay across here. The original colour scheme that it comes pre-painted pre-made, just unbox and use it straight away. That's the original colour scheme that it comes with when you unpack it. So ready for more grey urban kind of terrain. I've colour adjusted it just with spray cans, added some flock. I plan to do a tutorial how to switch over to this design. It's very easy to do. Just with spray cans, some washes, and then adding the flock on top just to switch it over to sort of deserty jungle kind of theme. So that's the original. You can stick with that, or you can switch over to that. It doesn't take too long. I plan to do a tutorial on that to guide you through. So that fills out, I put the larger sections across here. I think they should really go in the courtyard that's on this part of the mat. And then I put some across there as well. It fills out just under half of the board. I've then used some pipes that comes with the industrial terrain set from GameMat.eu. They come like this in 3s. So you can set them up, or I've stacked them to get a nice higher stack. To make a nice bit of line of sight blocking terrain on the board. And then the rest of the table, the main terrain features is these large clusters of jungle terrain. So for the jungle terrain, I'm just going to verbally go through this with you. It's quite straightforward to do. So the foundation of this is cork. You can buy it in chunks, the natural chunks, the way it comes, just bark off the tree. So I'll just go right in here. That's the way it looks. And this is the quick way of doing this. I've not painted or sprayed this or done anything to it. That's the natural look of the bark. It comes in, this is a whole piece. If I roll it over, you can see just bark from the cork tree. That's as simple as that. Gives you that rugged kind of finish. You can break it up into smaller pieces quite easily and it'll still look realistic enough. And then it's nice and soft, so you can push or drill in whatever you want. So I've jungle in this instance, which I've used matchsticks, drilled holes into the cork, and I just simply plant these into that, and then that just holds them in position. So with the cork, you can pick that up from, I got mine from eBay. A great place to get that kind of thing from is aquatic stores, places with reptiles and lizards, because they often use this kind of thing for their tanks. But I found mine on eBay, and you can buy it in chunks, and it's sold in pieces, and I just got a collection of that. So eBay's a good place to look. You can Google search for it as well, but it's cork bark, and you get some chunks of that. The work's done for you. It looks realistic enough. You just drill straight into it. Immediately you've got your base here to put your foliage on top. So as for the foliage, there's a whole variety of different types going on. I've gradually picked these up over time. And again, you can get these from eBay, you can get them from aquatic stores, sort of cheap hardware stores like pound shops. Sometimes they have the fake plants aisle, and I'll often check in shops, check out the fake plants, see what's available, and if there's something that looks really good that I can break down into different parts, then I'll get a hold of that, and then you just add to your collection and you can expand on the variety that you have. So there's all different types, and you can recognize these from like aquatic styled foliage there you can pick up from aquatic stores and reptile places and so on. So that's where that's come from. I've built up the collection, got a nice variety. A lot of them are attached to something, so I just pull them off, put the match into it, drill the hole, and then just plant them. And they've all been planted this way, like so, and then just put them in. It's good fun to do. Now, the other great thing about this is with this foliage, it's pre-made, pre-coloured, it's coloured plastic. So there's no painting involved, no effects. It's just buying the materials, sticking them together, and what you've got is a real nice dense kind of jungle across here. It's very easy to do, and I imagine if I store this away from sunlight and dust, so I pack this away when I've finished, I should be able to keep this terrain for years to come, get lots of use out of it. And I can use it for 40k, Age of Sigmar, historical war games, and so on. There's plenty of uses available with this terrain. So that's just giving you an insight on how to do the jungle terrain. I encourage you, it's good fun to do. And again, not much skill involved, really, just buying the materials and then just putting them together. And I've managed to buy chunks of cork bark here, and you can see them in clusters around the board. We'll use this as obscuring terrain in the game, so units can hide completely behind them. So it breaks up the table nicely. You've got this kind of monastery in the middle of a jungle, and the jungle sort of encroaching in as this place has been abandoned. So that's the main part of the terrain. The Defiled Monastery for the buildings, and then the custom-made jungle terrain for the rest of the board. So then on to finishing touches. So I'm using some lichen. You can get this from eBay again. Model railway shops should have plenty of that. Available in different tones and shades. Just place that in clusters around just to try and blend the terrain into the board. And then to help do that as well, I've got some stones and scatter. And I've got these from a beach, just picked these stones up and then sprayed them with the same sprays that I used to do this terrain across here. So the stones and the terrain match together, so you've got a nice blend. I'm just putting them in patches, just to try and get the terrain to blend in with the match, to try and transition between the 2D and the 3D. That's pretty much it. Then to finish off, there's some 40k accessories dotted around the table as well, just to give it that 40k kind of theme. So that's the sections or the parts that make up this table. Foundation is the battle mat. Defiled Monastery, I'll leave links for all this as much as I can in the video description below. Then a Defiled Monastery terrain set that matches in with this. You can colour correct it or colour change it if you so wish over to the jungle style. And then bulking out the table nicely is these large chunks of jungle terrain that's custom made using cork bark and then foliage that you can pick up for aquatic shops and so on. So do check out the links below. Everything on this board from GameMat.eu. There is the GameMat.eu link and also a discount code for 11% off across the store. So that's for mats and terrain from them. That's the video. Keep a look out for more themed tables here of this Warhammer World series. As per usual, we'll fade out with some music just to capture the flavour of this table. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.